Sup everyone, welcome to another episode of Garage Topics. Today's episode is to explain why all this random car parts are behind me. Alright, so update, I've been pretty busy, I've been on vacation, I've been doing a lot of bodywork stuff to the S2000, which takes a lot of time, it's pretty tedious. Check me out on Facebook or Instagram if you want some daily updates about what's going on, it's pretty cool. I'm using the story function a lot, Snapchat is going down. A lot of the stuff behind me was in the original guy's garage who owned the S2000 and I wanted to buy some of it, so enough blabbering, let me tell you about everything that we picked up for the garage. And the car, obviously, duh. So I actually got a full set of these TRC3s, the Tire Rack Motorsports wheels. They're like the perfect offset for the S2000. They're 17x9 and the offset's like 63 or 61, so no fender work needed, which is great. The wheels themselves are in pretty good condition. The tires though are not. The back ones are pretty much bald. Some of them are showing the beads. The front ones have a little bit of tread life, but the wheels are great, so actually it's something I was thinking about getting them before. So wheels are good, tires are bad, so I actually got some stuff over here that's going to make these tires better. The set of tires here are the tires that I'm planning on putting onto the TR Motorsport wheels. These are a set of used Dunlop Dureza Sport Z1s. They're in pretty good shape. The goal of these tires, the 255 width, the summer tires, the goal is to combine these tires with those wheels to have a dedicated autocross/track setup. Sounds pretty cool. I've never had anything like that before, so I'm pretty excited about that. That way I don't have to worry about messing up the wheels on my daily drive-in, because I do want this to be a multifunctional car. I don't want it to be one thing or another. I want it to be right somewhere in the middle so I can enjoy it every day. Overall, the tires are pretty good. They should have a decent amount of tire left. I've read good things about these, and should be pretty legit. We have a set here of Ap2 V1 wheels. For the most part, two of these are in really good shape, two of them not so good shape. And by that I mean it's got a little bit of curb rash on them. It looks to me as though one side had rashed against one curb, I guess, and the other side didn't. These are staggered. They're, what are they, 7.5 in the back and 7 in the front. Correct me if I'm wrong, internet, but they definitely are staggered. The thought is that you can run these as a square setup if you bore out the hub on the back side, so you can have two back wheels all on the front and the back, so you can rotate your tires evenly. That's the previous owner's thoughts for these. I think I'm actually going to sell these because the wheels that I want, I've got my mind set on them, and although these look good, I want to sell these to fund those kind of wheels. So hopefully someone picks these up and has good luck with them. Well, how would the previous owner try to combine two sets of rear wheels to be in the front to have all four be wide? Well, he had two sets. This here is another set of Ap2 V1s. These are painted black. I think at one time they were painted well because it does have clear coat on them. They're starting to peel a little bit. These probably could be refurbished to be pretty nice black if you wanted to keep it that way. Very minimal curb rash. They're pretty good shape. Someone's put some blue Honda sticker on here. These have some racing tires, the Nitto NTO 1s. They're pretty much track only tires. You got to warm up a ton. Looking at the date stamp on here, they're kind of old, but the tread wear looks pretty good. Doesn't look that damaged, so I would think they have some life left in them. But like I said, I got my heart set on some wheels, so I'm going to sacrifice those wheels and these wheels and tires to sell, and hopefully get enough money to pick up the wheels that I really want to get. But yeah, they look cool, I guess. More tires, more fun. These are brand new. These are 255 4017s. They're Continental Extreme Contact DWS. DWS is all seasons, so snow, rain, water. Apparently, from all the reviews I've seen online, these have really good tread as far as being grippy and being able to handle different weather types. I don't think I'm ever going to drive in the snow, but I want these because I'm not going to have to worry about heating them up or anything like that, and can drive them daily. And it turns out that the front of this S2000, the stock wheels, have DWSs on them already, so they've been really grippy. So I'm planning on using these for the set of wheels that I want. I'll let the cat out of the bag. I freaking love RPF1 by Inky. I love them. They're pretty commonplace on S2000s, but I saw one back in high school with them on, and I just thought it looked amazing. So that's what I want. Hopefully, if I sell some of the stuff and do some hood rat things, maybe I can afford some someday because I want them bad. I think I've shown you guys this before, but this shelf just has nothing but S2000 parts on and some other miscellaneous stuff. But before, we just had some like extra pieces here and there. Now we have some legitimate stuff. I got some extra locking lug nuts for those wheels and tires. I got the locking nuts that go on the seats so people don't steal them. Maybe no one's gonna steal these seats, but if I put nicer seats on it down the road, no one's gonna steal them. He had nice Recaros or brides in his garage, but I was out of cash, didn't have enough money for those. Extra intakes, extra wiring harnesses for engines and stuff. I don't know what that would be for. This here is an F20. It's a 2-liter, revs to 9,000 RPM Honda motor. And what's special about it is that this is the original engine out of the S2000. I don't know why I think it's so cool to have this, but I don't know, I really wanted it. There's a reason why it's out of the engine, is because it doesn't work properly. Well, it runs, I think. I don't know. But we do know is that the thrust bearings in the crankshaft have gone bad. It's typical for that to go bad when you have an aftermarket clutch and flywheel. It has a ACT flywheel in here. So what'll happen is it'll start, but then the crank sensor, when you push the clutch in, it will have so much force it'll shove the crank out of alignment, which can cause damage, and then the crank sensor sees that something's wrong and it shuts the engine off. But the previous owner took oil pan off and found those bearings, so those bearings, washers crushed and broken, which isn't good, but actually hasn't taken it fully apart. So I'm curious to see how bad the bottom end of this is, to see if the cylinders are scored or anything like that. But it'll be a fun project. I generally am looking forward to tearing this thing apart. And if it's toast, I paid a pretty cheap amount for this engine, so much that I could probably sell this head of this engine and make my money back. So I'm not too worried. I think it'll be fun to deep dive into this engine, and I'm gonna share it on this channel for sure. It's pretty cool. Maybe it'll go into something cool like a Miata. Probably not though, but maybe an extra S2000, something to think about. Also part of the deal with all the stuff I bought that day was this random box, which had not been opened until I opened it. So in this box contains, get out of here. Whew. In this box contains every single control arm for an S2000. The previous owner bought this with intentions of putting in like race harder bushings in, and if you've ever done that, it's a pain in the ass, and it's a lot easier to do it while you have stuff out instead of having the car being not drivable for a couple days. So it was a good decision on his behalf, but he never got around to it. The only thing about this is that these bushings on here look really good, and my car has 118,000 on the body of it, and these definitely have a lot less on them. So if it was me, I'm probably just gonna put these on the car later on a later date when my bushings go bad, and then sell my control arms for someone to upgrade the bushings for, or just sell these and upgrade the bushings and have the car being down for a while because it's not my main car. But I thought that was pretty cool. They're all in really good shape, so something to think about. But this stuffing stuff, whatever it is, smells like grandma's house. That's all the parts. The bumper's off, like I mentioned before. I got a lot of comments from people saying that I needed this special bit, this special bumper alignment tool. That's definitely what I needed, so thanks a lot for all that. I'm gonna make a video about how to install this bumper correctly and also put on the new lip, the lip that came with the car. I'm gonna paint it and make it not look like doo-doo and install it correctly to make this car look super fresh. All right, so that's all the stuff that I bought for the S2000. It was a ton of stuff. Thanks a lot for my parents letting me borrow the truck because I couldn't bring it all in my car, or my wife's car, I should say. The engine was about 300 pounds. I thought I'd need a lift for it, but bringing it from the truck down to the ground wasn't that hard at all with two guys. I was expecting it to break my knees, but it didn't. So if you're thinking about moving one, it's not that heavy. It's a little awkward though, so we used a tire to strap it down. I'm looking forward to getting all the stuff on the car. Like I said, really want some RPF1s. If you know anyone, I'm looking for 17x9 plus 45s all around. I can find them for a pretty good price new, so I might end up going that route, but if you know anyone's got a sick discount, let me know. Also, if you know any cool parts for the S2000 that I haven't even thought about, tell me. Leave me a comment, email me. I'm curious because I want to try out some cool parts in this car. I want to make it a daily functional car, but also a track fun car. I want to make sure that I can utilize it to its fullest potential, but also make it a really nice example of a car. I've done a couple cars that I've had for a while, made them pretty nice, and I'm hoping to keep this for a long time, so I want to make it a really good example of a car. So if you have any parts that'll help me capture that in the channel, just let me know, drop me a line. That's all I got for today. I gotta organize all this crap in the garage. I gotta finish doing this body work on this fender, which the video will be out shortly. It's pretty tedious, it's not hard, it just takes a long time. So I'm excited to share with that because I feel like that rust issue is gonna happen a lot on cars. But for now, I'll just sit and stare at these tires and smell the rubber. Thanks a lot for watching. Be sure to subscribe, like the channel, tell your dog that if you want some AP2 V1 wheels, I got 2 sets of them, good prices. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a good day and have fun with your whip. Oh God, whoop. This is, oh shit. Whew, that was loud.